It's the most powerful show on television. High drama, with intense energy. A show dedicated to a few brave souls who risk their lives for the sake of their craft. Its in-depth reporting goes to the core and unlocks the mysteries behind today's raciest sport. Motorsports. Catch it when you can.
The Speed Station welcomes you to New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the running of the Foxwoods Resort Casino 301. And in the race analysis, today's race has 52 laps, and it is split up into thirds, with Stage 1 ending on lap 17 and Stage 2 ending on lap 34. Kevin Harvick wins the pole above Ross Chastain, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr., Tyler Ankrum, Chase Elliott, and Joey Logano round out the top 10.
Drivers, start your engines!
And for one more pre-race note before the action starts, all three Richard Childress racing cars failed to make today's race at New Hampshire. Those being Reddick, Rogers, and Dillon, Austin Dillon that is, all failed to make it. And there's the green flag at New Hampshire. William Byron right on the back bumper of Kevin Harvick as they fan out into turn number 1. Chastain dives into the corner. Still remains side by side with Harvick as they exit turn number 2. Now the 55 car just barely edges ahead as they run off into turn 3. Beginning the road course segment of the track with Ross Chastain taking up the lead. 3 wide for second between the 4, 24, and 88. And Kevin Harvick will take up the spot. All 4 wide off the hill, making excessive amounts of contact, and all 4 go into the tire barrier. AJ Allmendinger almost goes upside down, and we have a yellow flag out. And Allgaier has made hard contact with the tire barrier, knocking the 42 car out of the race as well. And in the race back to the caution flag, it is Ross Chastain above Kevin Harvick, William Byron, Alex Bowman, and Eric Almirola. So here's what started the first incident. A large checkup entering turn number 3 occurs, causing the 41, 16, 18, and 17 cars to go 4 wide coming off of turn number 4. Then they all managed to squeeze together, running down what I guess you could call the back straight. And all 4 of them go straight towards the tire barrier at the end of the hill, with the 16 car almost going upside down. The only car still running after this incident is the 41 of Cole Custer. And then shortly thereafter, the 42 car gets slightly clipped by the 34, making him slide out into the grass, loses control, and slams the tire barrier, knocking the 42 car out of the race. And we have another car out of the race, that being Ty Dillon, who dropped out due to engine failure. And look at this, under caution, Jimmy Johnson has blown the engine as well. So we now have 2 cars out of the race under yellow due to engine failures. Green flag. Here comes a move by Alex Bowman trying to get underneath his teammate William Byron, challenging him for the 3rd position with Kevin Harvick right on the back bumper of the 55 car. Into turn 3, Byron has the preferred line. But a 3 wide action now is the 99 and 10 cars stuffing in on the inside of the 88. Oh, and they spin out together with the 99 car getting turned around at the crest of the hill. Contact made between him, the 22. Now the 89 car gets into it. Up onto 2 wheels. The 96 car gets a lot of front end damage. And in the race back to the caution, it is Chastain above Harvick, then Byron, Bowman, and Tyler Ankrum. This is simply just getting a little bit too aggressive as the 10, 88, and 99 cars squeeze together, causing Chase Briscoe to get spun around. Then contact gets made between him and the 22, clogging up pretty much the entire racing surface. Then the 89 car gets slammed into by Parker Kligerman in the 69, almost turning that 89 car upside down. The 96 made contact with the 02. A lot of cars with a lot of damage. And then after this, several cars got turned around exiting turn 8, with the 43 getting spun around by the 81. Then the 34, 95, and 37 cars pile in, with Priest almost going over. So we've already had quite the wreckfest here. After only 7 laps have been completed, we are down to only 27 cars running. Green flag, just 10 laps to go in Stage 1. And here comes Eric Almirola on the inside of his teammate Clint Boyer, trying to move up into the 6th position. Byron trying to move the 4 car off the inside line, but Kevin Harvick prevails coming out of the corner to retain the 2nd spot. And finally, at the end of lap 8, the field has finally made a full lap under green. Expect the field to get relatively spread out over the course of this run to the end of Stage 1, because on this 12-turn road course it is extremely narrow and makes passing extremely difficult as well. And how about this kid though? 19-year-old Tyler Ankrum currently runs in 5th spot for GMS Racing in the number 23 car. And Chase Elliott is coming down pit road along with several others, including John Hunter Nemechek, Ryan Newman, and Jack Hawksworth. This might be planned strategy. Try and cycle out in front of the leaders at the end of Stage 1. You know, we should also mention that second in points to Ryan Blaney and last week's winner, Denny Hamlin, he didn't even make the race. So definitely a great opportunity to make up points for Ryan Blaney. And the yellow flag is out once again. In the race back to the caution, it is Ross Chastain above Kevin Harvick, William Byron, Alex Bowman, and Tyler Ankrum. So teammates Jan Magnussen and Chase Briscoe collide coming off turn 8, spinning them into the inside tire barrier and turning the 33 car upside down. And now the race leaders hit the pits, being led down by Chastain, but Kurt Busch will stay out above Parker Kligerman. And there's the green flag with just 4 laps to go in Stage 1. Kevin Harvick going way down on the bottom, trying to get around the 38 car of John Hunter Nemechek. Almost onto the apron, trying to make that pass through 1 and 2. Look at LaJoie really dive into the corner. Now 3 wide with Harvick going onto the inside. This did not work earlier. And it won't work this time with Kevin Harvick getting turned around. At the top of the hill, caution flag is out. His teammate Boyer also gets involved. And man, Keselowski with a hard impact into the tire barrier. So Kurt Busch will lead the field back to the caution as the Stage 1 winner, above Parker Kligerman, then Chase Elliott, Jack Hawksworth, and Corey LaJoie. 3 wide off turn 4 just does not work, as once again, Harvick, Nemechek, and Chastain squeezed together. Almost the 4 car went upside down right there. You can see this, his left side's lifting. Then Clint Boyer makes contact with him. And then William Byron slams into the back end of the 4 car. And look at this impact for Keselowski after getting clipped by the 14. Head on into the tire barrier, and his car wasn't even on the ground when he made impact. Here's on board with the 2. NASCAR on Speed Station is being brought to you by Built by Me Chassis and Engine Parts, by Smeat Heat, the real canned meat paste, and by Start and Park, the official motel brand of NASCAR. So we got a few more cars entering the pits, those being Tyler Ankrum, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and John Hunter Nemechek. And there's the green flag for Stage 2. Already Chastain trying to make a look onto the inside of the 32, attempting to make his way back up into the top 5. And Chastain has got the spot. But LaJoie diving back in, still challenging the 55 for the 5th position. And we have another cart into the tire barrier, that being the 10 of Almirola. But that did not bring out the caution. And Ryan Newman and Kevin Harvick are back onto pit road, not quite sure the reason. Quite possibly could be an abstract strategy. Still, Parker Kligerman remains in 2nd spot, just about half a second behind Kurt Busch, but getting a very good run out of that second Gaunt Brothers machine, the number 69. Right now it's looking like Chase Elliott is slightly faster than 2nd spot Parker Kligerman, but just cannot get around that 69 car. And let's remind you once again that Denny Hamlin did not make today's race. Joey Logano has crashed out, and it looks like today the 12-car of Blaney will massively extend his point lead. Now we have a battle for third spot with Chase Elliott on the inside of the 55. Possibly Hawksworth could take it with the 5-car moving up into third on the exit of turn 8. Here comes the 55 car onto the outside of the 32. These two are still battling for 5th position as they make contact coming up turn number 4. Now 3 wide with Bowman on the inside. Bowman and LaJoie made contact coming out of the corner, and they're still going 3 wide. The 88 car slid through the grass, gunning for the position. And there's your point leader, Blaney, right in this mix. Oh, and they make contact. The 88 car spins around into the tire barrier. Truex into the wall as well. Caution flag is out. And in the race back to the caution, it is Kurt Busch above Parker Kligerman, Jack Hawksworth, Chase Elliott, and in 5th is Ross Chastain. Look at Bowman dive it into turn number 6, sliding his right sides through the grass. And managed to hang on to it for that moment, but coming out of turn 7, LaJoie and him make contact, sending the 88 car straight into the tire barrier. And hooking a hard left to avoid this incident, Martin Truex Jr. spins out and contacts the tire barrier with his rear end. So Kurt Busch and Parker Kligerman are hitting the pits, with the 5 car staying out above the 9, 55, and 12. Kevin Harvick's team during the green flag cycle had to repair extensive damage on the rear end of the 4 car, and Harvick is now 2 laps down behind leader Hawksworth. Green flag, just 9 laps to go in stage 2. Already here comes a move by the 55 down to the inside line. Blaney now trying to make it 3 wide for second. As now it funnels down to just the 55 and 9 cars battling for the spot. Elliott has the preferred line. Chase Elliott will retain the 2nd spot with Corey LaJoie diving in to take up 5th. So after 1 lap under green, the gap between 1st and 2nd, that being Hawksworth and Elliott, has been extended out to 6/10. So the caution flag is back out, and at the moment we are not presently sure of the reason. And in the race back to the caution flag, it is Hawksworth above Elliott, then Chastain, Blaney, and Corey LaJoie. So the caution actually came out for debris entering turn number 3. As you can tell, quite a bit of checking up happens in that corner, and apparently some cars made contact, dropping sheet metal onto the track, and the caution had to fall. And the first car out of the pits is Hawksworth getting out in front of Elliott, then Chastain, Blaney, and Cindric. And there's the green flag with just 5 laps to go in stage 2. Already a move by the 55 car down to the inside of Chase Elliott, trying to challenge him for the 2nd spot. But heading into turn number 3, Chase Elliott will retain the position. Cindric diving in on the inside to get around the 00. Looks like he will take up 5th. Bit of a 3-wide battle as they funnel down into turn number 5. And Ryan Blaney has taken up the 3rd spot, getting around Ross Chastain. Looks like his teammate Austin Cindric will try to follow suit into 4th. But Chastain has the preferred line exiting turn number 3 and will retain the 4th position. Brandon Jones just got around Daniel Suarez to move up into 6th. And there you see right up in front of race leader Jack Hawksworth is the lap car of Ryan Newman. Although because we are so close to the end of stage 2, I don't think he will be much of a factor. And look at Ryan Blaney right on the back bumper of his friend Chase Elliott, definitely showing that the 12 car probably is the fastest on track at the moment. Well, Blaney just exited turn number 12 extremely wide, lost quite a bit of time on the 9 car of Chase Elliott. Now with just 2 laps to go, the gap between 1st and 2nd has been extended out to 1.4 seconds. And there's the green-white checkered flag for Jack Hawksworth, scoring the Stage 2 victory above Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, and Austin Cindric. NASCAR on Speed Station is being brought to you by Built by Me Chassis and Engine Parts, by Smeaty, the real canned meat paste, and by Start & Park, the official motel brand of NASCAR. So Jack Hawksworth and Chase Elliott hit pit road, but the rest of the leaders stay out, with the lead being handed over to Ryan Blaney, then Chastain, Austin Cindric, and Brandon Jones. And there's the green flag for the final stage. Chastain trying to make a look under the 12 car of Blaney as they exit turn number 2. Now Cindric trying to move the 55 car off the inside line to challenge him for second. And here's a battle for fourth between Suarez and Brandon Jones. Suarez in the 00 car dives it into the corner on the outside, and it looks like he will take up the fourth spot. Just take a moment to appreciate how the 89 car of Landon Castle for Shepherd Racing Ventures currently runs in 7th spot, right now battling with Alex Bowman for the position. Now is when you start to wonder about fuel strategy, because those who pitted on the last caution, such as Chase Elliott, should be good to make it to the finish, although those like Ryan Blaney and Ross Chastain who stayed out quite possibly could have to make another pit stop before the end of the race. Take a look at Corey LaJoie. Still remains in the top 10, currently runs in 9th. Is getting an extremely good run out of that Go Fast Racing number 32. And now with just 10 laps to go here at New Hampshire, the gap between first and second is out to 2.6 seconds. And wouldn't it be incredible if Ryan Blaney wins here today, because that would mean the last 2 races at New Hampshire would be won by the same guy, but on an oval and a road course. That's never happened before. You know, Elliott and Hawksworth are banking on strategy, hoping that the 12 car runs out or has to pit, but they're close to 22 seconds behind Blaney. He might be able to get a full pit stop done and still get out in front of those who don't have to pit. So now with just 5 laps to go, the gap between first and second has been extended out to 5 seconds. Then behind the 55 car is the 02 of Cindric, who is close to 8 seconds behind Blaney. So we have several cars pitting, including DiBenedetto, Castle, Ankrum, and Eric Jones. They pit for fuel only, but with just 2 laps to go, Blaney and Chastain are still out on the racetrack. And there is the white flag for Ryan Blaney. Just 1.6 miles separate him from another victory. Well, remember the finish at Palm Beach? Well, this time Ryan Blaney has enough fuel to get back to the checkered flag, with Blaney winning for the 2nd year in a row at New Hampshire and extending his point lead once again above Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano. Ross Chastain once again ties his best career finish of 2nd. So Ryan Blaney wins it above Ross Chastain, then Austin Cindric, scoring a career-best 3rd place finish. Then Daniel Suarez, Brandon Jones, Alex Bowman, Parker Kligerman finishing in 7th. Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr., and Chase Elliott round out the top 10. So entering today's race, the point gap between first and second was 34. But now take a look at it. The gap between Blaney and Hamlin has been extended out to 74 points, with Hamlin missing today's race and Blaney going on to win it. Martin Truex Jr. moves his way up into 3rd in points. Logano falls down to 4th. Daniel Suarez moves up to 5th. Clint Boyer stays in 6th. Kevin Harvick falls down to 7th. Chase Briscoe stays in 8th. Alex Bowman moves up to 9th. And Kurt Busch moves up to 10th. And then the playoff standings, once again, we had a repeat winner. So take a look at the cutoff line, with Chase Briscoe only 10 points above, Kurt Busch 10 points out, Ross Chastain 21 points out, Chris Buescher is 21 points out, and Eric Jones is 59 points out of the playoffs. The next race is the Fan Shield 500 from Phoenix Raceway. You can catch it all right here on the Speed Station.